Hello, world. How are you? Each one of you and you. I have been taken by how much people give away their own power to someone else. It's so much easier to let somebody else do it for you. I think we've gone too far. I think it isn't very thoughtful to have other people help you if you're not trying to help yourself. You know, so, you know, I think that's how we ended up with Trump. You know, oh, the rich people are so smart. Well, actually, they're probably not. It's, they're not absolute dummies, but they're not Michio Kaku or Neil deGrasse Tyson. And, neither am I. And what are they doing with all those billions? Are they helping you? Be careful, when you cede all your power over to someone else to help you. You know, they're human. And power corrupts. Don't help them along with it. Those who are addicted to it, people who are addicts, they tend to get what they want. More and more power, more and more money. They just can't get enough because the poor things are empty inside. Maybe they've ceded all their power over to stuff. Unless you really delve into the wonder that's you, how can you build anything else? You know, I see all of these problems around and in politics and in our communications and our introspections. What I see is a lack of empathy, you know, that's what I see, a lack of empathy, not just with others, but with oneself. Now, when I talk about using objective, creative, and compassionate empathy, well, there are skills attached to those things. And there are people who can help you with those skills of objectivity, creativity, and compassion. Sure. But you can help yourself too. And if you help yourself, you'd be amazed at how less you need to cede your power to somebody else. Power should be shared. So it's okay to have help, but help yourself. And remember that the other person that's helping you or the other people who are helping you are people with flaws, just like every one of us. Now, the path of the mystic is a path of self realization. Now, that's not exactly therapy, it's self realization. Self realization Um, well, it involves the use of forms of empathy with oneself. And so that's why, I promote you to getting in touch with the language kid in you and the infant in you that's doesn't have language to express needs. Get in touch with those parts of yourself. You're an amazing wonder in the world. It'd be a shame if you don't take a good look. So we look at things outside, look at what's inside, and never rule out that the person that's trying to help you, well, they might need help too. And you might be the one that can help them. The two-way street. I keep hearing, that you got to have an authority. What you need are questions and challenging yourself and making yourself less helpless. And so you can help others. And so you can also be better helped. And other people are going, oh, your channel doesn't talk enough about having the professionals, you know. Yeah, there are people that can help you. And if you need that, that's fine. But the thing is, help yourself. There's some people that, they can't brush their teeth without an expert standing by. Maybe they even have to have them use the toothbrush because gosh knows it might go horribly wrong if you do it yourself. Heaven's sakes. This is what the channel's about. Helping yourself so that you can help others and better receive the help that you need. That involves perspectives that are empathetic. And these empathetic perspectives are at the root of your virtues. And virtues is the spirituality that I'm talking about when I say spiritual. I mean, virtuous. Maybe I should just say that. But it's more poetic to say spiritual. So, you know, let's aim toward being more virtuous in our loving and our helping and in our receiving of help. Sometimes you don't help you don't help others by keeping them from helping you if they can. Let them be willing to help them too. In every interaction between one group and another, or one person and another, or one person and a group with that person, uh, there's an exchange. It's not one sided. You actually help other people by allowing them to help you. Yeah. So you're helping each other. And why not help yourself? So, uh, virtues. I keep talking about that all the time. And you've been listening to me, then you've This might be old, but empathy, such as that's helped with objectivity, um, well, that's your counselor role. You know, that's how. That's your that's your source of truth. And truth, things are true to the extent they predict what happened before and what happens after it, and how it fits in pictures that seem to be useful. But, hmm. So think like a physicist that way, mm, like a scientist. Yeah, there's just too much of this. Help me, help me, help me without, help yourself. And someone sees you helping yourself, they might be more inclined to help you because, golly, if you're trying to drown, they might be a little scared to try to help you. You might pull them down. That happens. So, yeah, there's, there are techniques to that, you know. And if you're not a lifeguard, and well, let the lifeguard do it if they're on hand. But if somebody's drowning, risk risk a little, see if you can help. You know, life is full of risks. It's not a perfect place. It's not an always welcoming place. It's a place where there's constant challenge, but that can be good. When I'm talking about finding, approaching yourself with comfort, mm, well, it's not comfortable to never challenge your comfort. So it's in a range. Comfort and challenge, they work together. You don't want to move too far out of your comfort zone, and you don't want to just stay stagnant in your comfort zone. You want something in between. That's true more often than not about a lot of things. The other virtues, goodness, well, that's from empathetic empathy. That's compassionate. Because compassion uh, allows a channel where people can express their need, meeting that need, trying to meet that need, caring way though. That's goodness. Artfulness is your creative ability, looking at things from a lot of different perspectives. And I hope I've shared a few perspectives with you in this video. And the important part is not whether you agree with me. The important part is, what are the questions that come to your mind? How do you compare what I'm saying to what you already know, think you know? And yeah, everything's like that. I'm not asking you to follow the leader. I'm reminding you that you need to lead yourself. Be your own counselor. Be your own caregiver. Be your own artist of your life. And, I've I've brought up ways to try and do that, and ways to perform meditation, and that all fits into a package. If it's simplistic to you, well, that means you understood it. Mhm. Or that you already knew it. Okay. But simple isn't bad. If I were to make things unduly complicated, then I would be criticized for that, wouldn't I? So if it's simple, that's good, huh? That doesn't mean it isn't useful. In my opinion, if you're going to be a therapist, well, you need to be very capable of using objectivity, creativity, and compassion in empathetic ways. And you need to be able to help people get in touch with their inner child and their inner infant. That's what I'm saying. And actually, the mystic practices around the world contain elements that help with that. Can you think of some? Can comment about those things? What in it in your life has helped you to help yourself? So, if there's no communication going on, then why am I doing this? Please comment. Try to be polite and not, you know, quibble about words. But yeah, comment. Agree, disagree, because that's what it's all about in a democracy. Without a democracy, human rights tend to be ignored. And fair trade, which is the only free trade, tends to be destroyed. And I would be amiss if I did not point out on this channel, along with my other teammates, whenever they present a video or come up with a Zoom call. Um, yeah, we would be amiss if we didn't mention uh, things that are anti-empathetic, anti-democratic, bad idea. And if we didn't mention the fact that these kind of perspectives are kind of they're powers that need some separation to some degree and some connection. But power corrupts, and not just any one of the perspectives that I talk about should be used to the exclusion of everything else. And that goes for a lot of things. So, are you a thinker? You've been listening so far. I think you're a thinker. So please think. And believing things without evidence, well, whatever gets you through the night. But don't hang your hat on it. Even love can be studied. Yes, it can. Your brain can be studied. And part of the mystic path, in my view, is being objective and listening to people doing brain research. Yeah, get involved. Oh, Can you help others? Can. They're all levels of help. And if people want to go with somebody who's had a lot of education, then, that's often very wise. But remember, there are people who go through education and come out believing in some of the dumbest things that you ever could imagine. And I try to be sensitive about religion, but believing things without any evidence, well, let's keep that to ourselves because I don't see it very useful in communication. You can argue against that, then, oh, wow. Well, maybe that's how do you pass on this experience? Heal, you know, energies. When people say things like that, ask questions. That's part of the mystic path, the inner communication, the inner mind communication. Ask questions about that within your mind and with others. Ask questions. What do you mean by that? Can you give me examples of that? Can you show me how that would work? Can you show me examples of when it worked? Ask those questions. Asking questions is fundamental. And try to be compassionate. Give other people the breaks you give yourself, and give yourself the breaks you give others. Nobody's perfect. Have caring. Try to be a caregiver, but sometimes we care by letting other people care for us. And try to be creative. Really, you can do it. And when people see you trying, they might be more likely to want to help you. And when you can't help yourself, you better have an expert. Yep. So I'm not against experts. If I'm having a heart attack, I really want some experts. And you might keep a little contact with the experts along the way because you don't, and then you run into trouble, then you don't have any connections, and you might not see that you're needing help. That happens. Yeah. So, be in touch with the experts, listen to them, try to understand them. I listen to Michio Kaku and Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't understand everything they say, but I try. I don't just go, oh, wow. I try to understand it. I do the best I can. And when it hurts, when it's difficult to think, tiring to think, well, it's like exercise. Don't overdo it, but try. Try. That's all the world can expect from. That's all you should expect from yourself. So, till next time, remember You're not just in a world of wonder, you're part of it. And remember, personal growth, human rights, politics, they all connect. Think on that. Bye bye.